Hello? Hello? Is there anybody here? Hey! Hey! Is anybody here? Okay.
How's it going, Mike?
Oh, God. Exhausting, but good, I think. I'm still super excited, so.
That's good.
Yes.
Excitement is good. I have to tell you about wrestling.
Oh, God, right. I forgot all about that wrestling. What was live wrestling like?
It was very intense. It was not quite what I imagined.
What did you imagine?
Like a little bit more, like hokey, I guess is the best word. Like,
yeah,
like
they sucked you in dramatically, is what you're suggesting?
well, it was like a wave. It started off with like the very amateur people, which was kind of fun to watch. But they are actually like, I was thinking about this when I left, like there is physically a lot going on there. And I never really thought of it that way until like I was talking with some of them afterwards, and there was like rope burns on their arms, and well, one guy went through a table, like yeah,
What?
Yes, and like there's a lot. It's a physically demanding thing. Like it was a wooden table, and the one guy went right through it.
So I have a question for you then.
Yeah.
Do you think wrestling is fake?
It's less fake than I thought it was originally, which I'm actually pretty stoked about. Because I went in being like, this is going to be the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. It's going to be silly. It's going to be kind of dumb, but it wasn't.
I'm jealous of you. I really would like to see one of these smaller venue type things, because you know we all watched. Well, a lot of us watched the WWE off TV.
Yeah.
Kathy and I both went to a live event, but you're up there in the nosebleeds,
Yeah.
and you get an idea of these wrestlers are far bigger than we think we are. But you got to be like really up
I
close
was
and
like
personal.
in like the front row.
Did you get any sweat or spittle on you?
Yes, I did.
That's fantastic.
There was
I'm so jealous.
We'll have to go together next time.
Yes.
I think, yeah, they're coming back to Erskine, Alberta in like, I want to say April.
Okay.
And there's another, they said that they were going to do a show in December in Stettler.
So you're suggesting Raging Imaginations might do a little road trip?
I think so.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it went from like the amateurs, the very beginners, and it went to like, there was the last guy, his name is Teddy Hart, and I guess he was really, yeah.
You don't use the Hart name unless that's huge.
Yeah. I learned that day.
Oh, did you get an education of the Hart Dungeon?
I got I missed some of it because I had a sad child, because it was like 9:00 at night, so I had to like settle down a child, and so I missed part of it. But it was, yeah, his name is Teddy Hart. He is a nephew of one of the WWE.
Owen or Brett?
I want to say Brett.
Brett is the big name.
I have to double check my facts, but
Okay.
Everyone was super stoked to see him.
See, okay, so I want everybody to know we are missing our tech people. Ash and Kayleen couldn't make it today, and they would be on their phones checking to find out who Teddy Hart is. But you know what? You'll have to get back to us and let us know who it is. I'll probably Google it later, but...
I Googled it, but I don't remember everything off the top of my head because I just can't remember everything off the top of my head anymore these days.
Was he the nephew of a blonde guy or a dark-haired guy?
I'm going to go with dark hair because he had dark hair.
I don't think we're going to come to any conclusions until we get some sort of a Google device going. So.
Yes. But it was so cool. And it was, Teddy Hart even said this, is like they do this for the kids and for the kid inside you. And I was just sitting there, I was like, there's a child inside me and I'm so excited right now. And then my husband laughed at me.
How did your husband think?
He thought it was the best thing ever.
Oh.
Like, he had so much fun. He said this, he had a lot of fun watching me enjoying what was going on. And then just like because we had our 4 kids there. The baby had no idea what was going on, but she was clapping. My son was like in awe of these giants, in his words. Like, they were giants and they were strong and they were amazing, and they threw a guy through the table, Mom. Like, he was just so impressed. And then my other one my feral child could care less. She had snacks and she was happy about that.
Your feral child?
My feral child. I thought she'd be super into it. She's like, meh.
Speaking of feral, we're trying to make your mom feral. But anyway, we'll move on from that.
Good luck with that. And then my oldest was so into it. Like, she was just like, at one point before the intermission, they had a free range match. So they would leave the stadium.
Okay.
And they would like go around the entire.
Is free range your term, or did they call it that?
I think they called it that.
Okay.
But I'm not remembering correctly, because the one announcer was very hard to hear. But they were all over the place. They were into, like, they had to get people to get out of their seats to move out of the way. It was in a curling rink, so they found like a curling rock and they launched it at each other. They were into like the tub of ice for the beer. Like, they were all over the place.
That's fantastic.
And like the kid, and like there was just this herd of children, they just following them. And then there was, of course, the adults following as well. And like, it was so fun to watch. People were chanting, and I didn't expect what they were chanting. It was very simple. This is awesome.
That's what they were chanting?
Yeah.
This
is awesome. And it was like a gentleman behind me was just like, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. And then the entire arena, I guess, it was a curling arena, started chanting, this is awesome.
I have to say, I did not expect to have this much joy that you enjoyed that so much, and that you brought out, that you mentioned that the audience came for this joy.
Yeah.
I mean, I look back and, I started in Maple Leaf Wrestling down east. I transitioned to Stampede Wrestling, which is more along the lines of this is like the infancy where there was little regions, little pockets, and they were all amateurish. And then I watched it turn into the WWF and the WCW and the WWE. And it just there was an evolution of my emotional state, and then it fell off in the extreme aggression era or whatever it was. And it just, I think, I don't know. I'm overjoyed that something like this could still bring joy to adults. Kids, I only have questions on that, but and I don't want to be that but to be the devil's advocate, is this kind of violence okay?
But it's the same as like cartoons, right?
Yeah, that's
like it was kind of funny because there's always, what I've noticed in like the wrestling world, there was the good guy and the bad guy, and my wrestling world revolves around this like one whole day. Just saying.
Okay, yeah.
There was the good guy and the bad guy. And it's black and it's white.
Yeah.
And the good guy sometimes wins and the bad guy sometimes wins. And it was just interesting to see everyone just like rooting for this one person, like, because he's the good guy. And
I'm thinking, it just popped into my head now, I think the idea that if we break down to the black and white, the simple, the Roadrunner and the Coyote, it's there's no complexities, no real nuances. Yeah. So you get to let yourself go into that. And I think that might be some of the joy of it.
Yeah, because it's simple. It's so simple. And there's joy in the simplicity.
Yeah. like today's movies, the villains all have to have this empathetic or sympathy, this endearment past history. I mean, Darth Vader was Darth Vader because he was black, he was cool, he was killed people and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then we had to go down that nuance of, well, he was just a poor boy that wanted to make things, and it's just like, okay. And now that's where I guess the fandoms start getting all weird. So,
Yeah, but like it was so enjoyable for it to be so simple.
Yeah.
And like at one point they had a girl versus a guy, and everyone, of course, cheered for the girl.
Yes. Underdog story is always for me. Yeah.
Yeah. She won, of course, and there was so much audience interaction. So because they also left the stadium for like a little bit. Like I can't remember if she tossed
the
arena.
The ring.
Yeah, ring.
It's a squared ring.
The square.
That's what they refer to it.
Ring. They left it, and they were getting audience to like hold up their shoes, and like she would ram his head into someone's shoe, and she rammed the guy's head into my niece's shoe, and she's 4. So she was just so excited. So of course we had to get her shoe signed afterwards.
That's cool.
And then she's like walking, gets home and is like, Mommy, look at my shoe. And my sister-in-law is like, it's a shoe. And she's like, no, look, Eva Lawless signed it.
Eva Lawless.
Yeah.
Lawless.
Yeah.
That sounds like a villain theme. A heel. Call it a heel.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah. I can't remember what his name was. But
you have the face and the heel. That's the good and the bad. The face is the good person. The heel is the bad person.
Okay. Well, I assumed that Eva was the good person, but
but she's
show
lawless.
her name is Eva Lawless. She was cool. I really enjoyed her.
Yes.
And yeah, so she's now has this very treasured shoe.
So did you catch any of the names other than Lawless?
I remember Eva Lawless, Teddy Hart, and there was some dude in a mask, and I want to say his name. There was some dude in a mask. What? His name was Jin Ha.
Okay.
And those are the names I can remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. There's, you talk about the table is the standard, you get, they're so forgiving and whatever. So, but you'll someday get, I wonder if they'll ever have a ladder match where they usually have a table. You got to climb up the ladder and then body slam somebody off of a ladder.
Like, okay, so the match that Teddy Hart was in was with this guy. The story was that he had trained him and it was his like debut.
Oh.
And oh man, this poor kid got his butt kicked.
Teddy?
No.
Oh, the other kid.
The other kid.
Okay.
Like he went through like chairs. This kid was like tossed through chairs and like, I guess it's called the tombstone.
Oh, he had the tombstone done to him?
Yeah. Through like wooden chairs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they set him up for that, and then he would like throw him off onto wooden chairs. Like this poor kid got just destroyed. Like you have to be physically fit to do the things that he went through.
Oh, absolutely. These guys are they're not just fit, but there's a level of intensity, of pain tolerance.
Yeah. And like the refs do a lot more than I originally thought they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
what did you see?
Well, the ref would they would do like one of their big show moves or whatever, and then the ref would come over and like you could see him quietly talking to the person, being like, "Are you okay? You're good? Okay. Awesome. Go over to the other guy. You're good? You're okay? Good. Awesome." And like he continually like checked in on every single, like it was really cool. I didn't think they did that. I don't know what I thought they did.
Well, I don't know what they are at this level, but I know I've heard stories on the WWE level that they'll have like 4 or 5 set points in their match that they have to hit, and the rest is improv. So it's like they'll get into a lock. Okay, I'm going to suplex you now, and then knock them off, and then they'll run. And the referee will guide it because in the WWE, it has to be a particular storyline fulfilled.
Yeah.
So and so is going to win, and so the ref is going to, okay, you guys got to wrap it up now.
Yeah.
So are we going to begin this? And they'll help guide it too.
Yeah.
So
So like I didn't think the refs did that. I didn't really know what I thought they did originally. I thought maybe they were just there, present to make it look good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was thoroughly impressed. I definitely want to go see it again. I will definitely go see it again.
I want to go too now.
I'm
You
not
set the hook.
I'm
What
not
was
a-
the name of the group?
Oh.
You can't even plug them because it
I
would be.
can't.
They were in Erskine.
Erskine.
Erskine,
ER
Alberta.
Erskine, Alberta. And they do like a circuit apparently. So they're going to be going into Stettler in December, and they're hoping to come back to Erskine in April. Teddy Hart has my phone number, so he's going to call me when...
What? Does your husband know about this?
Yeah, he was right beside me when he asked for my phone number.
Can I have your number too?
He was just like, he's like, hey, can I have your phone number? And I was like, why?
Just. Oh, that's awesome.
And then he's like, I just want to, your family seemed really into it. And I want you guys to come back again. So I'll give you like a text or something when we're doing our next circuit.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, it's wicked. So
depending on who would trust.
He's got my phone number.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Yes. So Teddy Hart. I love the fact that we got a young Hart out there.
Yeah.
There's so you don't know much about the Hart.
No, I don't. I was doing a little bit of reading about it at like 3:00 in the morning because that's usually when I do most of my reading these days.
They're a whole family. There used to be, back before the WWE, there was the Hart Dungeon, and I think it was Brett and Owen and probably some others. There's in-laws. Jimmy the Anvil Neidhart was through marriage and all that, but their dad just taught them the old school way.
Yeah.
Like it was,
Yeah.
broken bones, bruising, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's an endearment story towards it and how they came up through a family. And then you could go through the arc. Owen Hart died in the ring from an accident.
Yeah.
And that was a terrible moment in WWE history. Bret Hart, you'll ever hear the Montreal incident where he was something was supposed to happen, and Vince McMahon switched it on him and made him lose, and there was all this. There's a whole arcing history of the British Bulldogs are related, and all that stuff, and then you could find all these other threads through it.
I started going deep
dive.
I was like, I'm going to be doing some research more about wrestling because it has piqued my interest. I don't know if I'm going to be a diehard wrestling fan, but I kudos to those people who are in wrestling because it is a lot more than I thought it was. Also, you have to make it look good.
Oh, yeah.
From every single angle.
Yes, it's theater in the round is what it is.
It's round theater. And your punches have to look good.
Mm-hmm.
Your throws have to look good. Your flips have to look good.
That's
everything has to look good.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about wrestling. When people would talk about it's fake. Well, the only part is that in the sense that it was fake. If they literally did exactly what they were presenting to you, people would be dying on a regular basis.
Right.
But because they sell it so well and all that stuff, it feels and gives you the sense that it's far more impactful. And it's the tombstone, the diamond cutter. And
the hits sounded good. It actually sounded like they were. Some of the slaps were actually real because there were some handprints.
Yeah.
But they I don't think they punched each other, but they made it look good.
The best I can figure out is, and I've watched enough, and I've watched a couple lessons. Is they pull their punch, but they'll come in with a fist and then open it at the last minute.
Yeah.
And so that there's almost like this softening of it.
Yeah.
And then the trickery of
And then there's
That's
like,
not
the
a
noise.
quote for sure. That is just my interpretation of what I think.
Yeah.
Should anybody get all nutty out there and say,
because there was slapping of
yeah.
there was slapping, there was that, and that makes like a really nice noise. And you're just like, oh, that looked like it hurt. I don't probably did because it's slapping and slapping hurts, but like it was really good.
Yeah.
I will definitely go see that again.
Yeah, no, I will too. I think he got his number. Oh no, he got your number.
I did not get his number. I didn't think that would be a very good idea.
Yeah, no, but on that note, I was going to say there's a couple movies out there that I would recommend. They're a bit of dramatizing, but The Iron Claw,
Okay.
and that's about an early group of brothers that were in it. And who's the young guy from the High School Musical that's now Zac Efron?
It was like Zac Efron.
Zac Efron, the guy from The Bear and Shameless.
Oh,
I can't remember his name. He's in that, and there's a bunch of other people. It's a really traumatic, interesting story. Of course, it's a little Hollywoodized, so but that gives a good sense of it. The Wrestler with. Oh man, I'm having an issue with names today. The guy, Rock does The Wrestler. That was pretty critically acclaimed.
okay.
And then go on to Netflix. You want to check out The Dark Side? You could look at Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Or
Mr. McMahon.
Mr. McMahon. I saw when I was on Netflix the other day, that thing popped up and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna put this on my to watch list.
And there's some great stories out there. And if you want to follow, what's his name? The Undertaker's got a podcast out there. Stone Cold Steve Austin's got a podcast. I'm surprised. Again, the names are loosened. I got his autograph. I went. Logan and I went. Mankind.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember his name now, but dude loved Mankind. He had at one point he had Socko the puppet, and he would be in the ring. He was absolutely not built for wrestling. He was round and soft, but he was an extreme. Like the Undertaker gave him a body slam off the top of a cage. It's a Hell in the Cell. And the cage is like 20 feet up.
Oh my God.
And the cage broke. And he went down through, landed on a table full of tacks and staples. And this guy was the extreme. He would go through it. He didn't have the physique or the looks that everybody else had, so he would take things to the limit, and he was such a fan favorite. The kids loved him.
Oh, man, I bet.
Oh, yeah, and he had a tooth came through his lip, and you could,
man.
But he was such a cool guy. He was such a nice guy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we seen him at Calgary Expo once, and Logan wasn't with me at the time. We had separated. Yeah. And I got in line, and oh man, I got to get your autograph. You did dude love and all that stuff. And he says, oh yeah, who's that for? This is like, just give it to my son Logan. And then he grabbed another one because it cost you like $30 or whatever it was. Yeah. Here's one for you too. What's your name? And so we have two of them autographs. He's just such a cool guy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of them at expos if you go to Edmonton and Calgary.
Okay, yeah, I've been to the Calgary Expo, but that was forever ago.
We had to have been there at the same time then, before I knew you, because we've been going there since I think it was the third year, because there were only about 8,000 to 10,000 people there that year, and then 2 years after that they had the Next Generation cast show up for the first time in 20 years, and it blew up to like 80,000.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Yeah.
I got lost a lot.
Oh, yeah. Expo story. So Logan's like 11.
Yeah.
I trust Logan, always have. I sent him in there. He went to hang with his friends, our friends, Ron and Tanya and Kinney, the nieces. And should I say names on here? I don't know. I'll check it out. Anyway, so I sent them in there, and this is back in the day before I quit smoking.
Yeah.
Quit smoking for about 10 years now, everybody.
Good job.
Anyway, so this was before I had quit smoking, so I'd have to go out and have a smoke. And this one year, without notification, all of a sudden, they're locking the door. So once you leave, you can't get back in.
Oh.
So I didn't know this. So I'm going back in, and I'm going from door. Oh, no, I got a son in there. My son is 11, and he's in there. No, we can't let. So I went to the next one, and the last one I was going to get. I wouldn't say violent, but I was getting pretty aggressive. I knew in the end, because Logan's such a bright kid, he would have just figured out. He would have came out and whatever, and that sort of thing. But they wouldn't let me in. And finally, the last one. Look, I'm coming in. I'm telling you very nicely now, and I'm a fairly large individual. Okay, so and I told them flat out, I'm going in. I have an 11-year-old son in there, and eventually the one guy let me in.
Yeah.
So,
well.
But
thank you.
But it was like the year after the expo, the next generation had come in. It was like 150,000 people. They were over the limit for the fire marshal.
Yeah.
And they just did not expect that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Logan and I haven't been there since well before COVID. So
Yeah, it was like well before COVID. It was before I was married. Oh, that's longer than 8 years ago then. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, 4 kids, so that means you were married.
Yeah, because my oldest is 8. And I was definitely not pregnant when I went. So it was like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I had my dog. I was
14.
10 years ago. Yeah.
2014.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Do you remember any of the names, the big names that were there that year?
No, but I did find a dude that looked like Spock, and he was doing a fundraiser for some kids, and you could take pictures with him.
Oh, okay.
He looked just like Spock.
But it wasn't Spock.
It wasn't Spock.
Okay.
But he looked just like Spock, and you could take pictures with him, and the money would go directly to some kids fundraiser for a medical problem that I can't remember off the top of my head. He was cool. I remember him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there used to be there probably still is. Wonderful people at the Comic Cons. My most positive experience was Bill Paxton.
Oh, okay.
I was a big Bill Paxton fan, and I watched, like, he was like one of the punk guys in the original Terminator that gets killed right in the beginning of the movie.
Perfect.
I believe Schwarzenegger steals his jacket, and he wears that jacket in the beginning. And then he was in 80s flick Weird Science. You remember that one?
Kind of.
Yeah, he was Chet. That bully brother Chet,
yeah.
just a total dick.
Oh, love it.
And then he goes up, and we got Twister, and we got Predator 2, and True Lies. Do you ever watch True Lies?
No.
Oh, for God's sakes. That is arguably one of Kathy and mine's favorite movies, because, yeah, it's a Schwarzenegger film.
Okay.
It is. Schwarzenegger does a great job being Schwarzenegger. But Bill Paxton plays this sleazy car salesman who's pretending to be a secret agent to sleep with women, and he's trying to hook up with Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife.
Oh, man.
And Schwarzenegger's a real government agent for like CIA Black Ops type thing. Charlton Heston is his boss.
Okay.
And here's the real kicker. Tom Arnold
Yep.
has had one fantastic role in his career that I know of, and it's in this movie. Oh my God, he has never shined so brightly in this. It was just like he's that plucky sidekick kind of thing.
Love
it is so hilarious. It's a fantastic, brilliant, fun movie. So there's my suggestion.
Okay, and it's
True Lies.
Lies.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is his wife.
Oh, love it.
Oh yeah, and she's fantastic. So
Love Jamie Lee Curtis.
So yeah, no, that was great. I just I don't know where Tom Arnold pulled it out, but it was a brilliant performance on all accounts. And even his daughter was played by an old Buffy, somebody from the Buffy the Vampire, or something like that.
Michelle.
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, she's went on to do other things and done some great stuff, but but yeah, Bill Paxton. I went up to him, and what I would do back then is I would draw a portrait of them, or I draw a portrait of all their characters in a collage.
Oh.
And I did one, and I printed one out on a photograph paper.
Yeah.
And then I printed out another one, so I had a couple just in case something happened.
Yeah.
And it always baffled me, like, there's a few people this happened to, but Bill Paxton, nobody was at his line. He was like all alone, and it's just like, this is right around the time of, was that Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was on TV?
Okay.
He just got cast in that for a couple seasons.
Yeah.
No one was there, and it's like, of all things, Twister is probably his most well known.
Yeah.
And I walk up, and there's nobody there, and oh my God, we chatted for like 5 minutes, and I'm puking out words because I'm terrible. I get starstruck really bad. And would you sign that? Yeah, oh, great. What's that one for? I don't know. For you, if you want. Well, yeah, of course I want it. And then he hands it back to me. But you got to autograph that one for me too. And it was just like, oh my God. Oh. And then he died. He passed away like I don't know. It was a few months or a year later. And it was just like, oh my God, that was just so impactful for me.
Yeah.
And he was such a nice guy. And I was just like, I always try and fight past that starstruck. And it's just like, I want to meet people for coffee and spend the time to get over that. Let them tell me something, that really breaks down who you are.
Yeah.
But he was, as Ron would say, he got it.
Yeah.
He understood what the fans meant to him. So that was really cool.
That is really cool.
It is. You know who Michael Biehn is? You would know him for probably his biggest role in Tombstone. He was one of the bad guys. And he was also in Aliens 2. He did a lot of James Cameron work too.
Okay. Aliens.
Michael Biehn. The original Terminator.
Oh.
He was Kyle Reese in the very first one. He was the good guy.
Yeah.
That's Michael Biehn.
Okay.
Again.
I had to really
Yeah.
My brain was like, names.
It's like only fans and nerds really know who these people are, which is stupid. And then there's nobody in line with him. We talked with him for 20 minutes.
That's wicked.
And we got a picture. And he's got a production company. He hasn't done a whole lot now, but I still see him out there every now and then on other podcasts. He doesn't look anything like he used to because, like me, he's getting old. So.
Life
Sorry.
happens. It happens.
Yeah.
But no, like, trying to remember. Oh, I got a picture with, I think she was one of the actresses from Once Upon a Time.
Never saw that show, but.
It's very chick flicky.
Yes. Okay, is it, a movie or a TV series?
It's a TV series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like an edgy version of?
It's like, there's like this little town where it's like linked to the fairy tales. So like there's like Prince Charming, he's currently in a coma because he's been poisoned by the evil queen. I'm missing a lot of stuff because I've only watched 3 episodes of this.
Okay.
But I wanted, my friend was like, we gotta go get a picture with this lady. I was like, who is she?
Oh, okay.
And now I can't remember her name, but I'm 95% sure it was from, she was from Once Upon a Time. I want to say that she was like the evil queen or Snow White, but I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I associated probably like Riverdale. It's like fairy tales, but edgy and new and modern.
Kind of. It was the 3 episodes that I saw, I thought it was done really well. It just wasn't what I was into watching at the time.
Oh, yeah. This is a great conversation, actually.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. So we got into some wrestling, got into some comic expo stuff, which was really cool. A lot of stories. I got a lot of stories with that. We could go down that road, but if you notice, everybody, we're kind of in a new location all the time.
Because it's fun to explore.
Yes, we're in a new location, but we're not in a new location. What you're seeing today is our stage at the Bailey Theatre in Camrose, Alberta. It's a great historical theater. If you ever have a chance to make it to Camrose, we have a lot of great events here. We just had George Canyon here. We got Lisa Brokop coming later on. Our group, Infinite Imagination, we perform here quite often. We got a little gig coming up with the Augustana alumni people and your mom.
And my mom. We're doing a Halloween dinner theater.
So yeah, come see the Bailey Theatre in Camrose, Alberta. Check us out online. Maybe I'll throw on some pictures at the end of this. You can check out this beautiful theatre. And I'm going to shout out a thank you to Simon today for letting us have the stage.
Thank you, Simon.
And lighting up our lives in these beautiful colors and helping us out with getting this podcast going. So anything else you want to say? Anything else going on?
I discovered a new band.
Ooh.
Yes.
The hysterectomies?
No.
But that would be cool to play at the same place. I don't know.
Okay, so my husband is in the vasectomies. His bass player showed him a band, and they decided they were just going to watch music videos till like 3 o'clock in the morning of this band, and it's very wicked. Like they're so cool. They're an experimental folk band.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We, the Bailey Theatre programming team, was just looking at this folk rock experimental thing, and too, I'm wondering. So, do you remember who they are?
I do.
Oh, who are they?
They're called Heilung.
Heilung?
Heilung. It means healing. I don't remember what language it means, what language it's from, but their entire music is based off of old, ancient Norse text or like rune poetry.
Ooh.
And like each song, it's like you have to listen to it. It gets like right in your soul. Like their instruments are anything that could have been used during Viking times. So like there's hide drums, there's bone rattles, like
Okay.
and there's 3 people in it. I can't pronounce their names to save my life. But the woman singer, her range is phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like each song is a journey.
So Heilung, and they're a Norwegian, Scandinavian
Yes.
band?
Yeah.
Where are they from? Them? There?
They're from there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I don't think they'll be coming to the Bailey.
You know, I think Scandinavian countries and all those, they come out with some of the greatest bands.
Yes.
Oh,
they're just so good. So good.
Monsters and Men. You remember that song?
Yes.
Yes, that was a Norwegian band. And it's just like, or I want to say Norwegian. I don't think that's right. That's Norway, Scandinavian.
Yeah.
We talk Iceland, Norway,
Yeah.
Sweden, Switzerland,
Yeah.
all those places. That's where I'm talking about. So
Yeah. If you want like a really cool band that'll take you on a bit of a journey spiritually, like their music videos can be a little bit intense.
I felt the same way about Bare Naked Ladies. You know, the great music. Their videos were a little okay.
Well, like some of it, like it's very, very pagan, very like ritualistic in some of their. So
Careful, Christians.
yeah. So if
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
if that is something that you're kind of sitting on the fence about, just be prepared. But they're super good. Love them.
Okay, and they're Heilung.
Heilung. I'm thinking I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Okay, I'm going to wrap this up for today. Good thing Ash isn't here because we're past the 30-minute mark. So she'd go nuts.
But we just had such a good conversation.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think we'll call it for today, and we will see you next time. So on that note, make sure you like,
follow and subscribe
and share.
comment. Please
Comment,
comment. Sorry,
yes.
my brain stopped working.
Hope you had fun, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good night.
Good night.
Erskine! Yeah! Yeah! Hurry, come here. Whoa! Whoa!